If you have chosen to buy a second-hand car, then you have indeed made a right choice. Because with the asking price of a new vehicle today, coupled with the waiting time, it doesn't make sense. To be very frank, this past decade has seen the prices of the four-wheelers as well as the two-wheelers increase in a disproportionate manner. Today I'm going to share with you an experience which my friend has faced, and it will help you to choose a good second-hand vehicle. Coming to the experience, one of my friend, who has been my friend for over 15 years now, suddenly called me one day and told me that he wants to buy a second-hand car. I told, good decision, go ahead, but make sure that you follow and you check for certain things before finalizing the deal. He wanted to have a Ford EcoSport as his first vehicle. So he scanned the length and breadth of Hyderabad and ended up shortlisting a dealer who was situated in Ebits in Hyderabad. Now this dealer had two Ford EcoSports with him. One was I think around 2015 make, and the other one was around 2017 model. So he decided with the 2017 model, which was obvious because he would be getting 2 extra years compared to the other one. So he called me, he was very happy, saying that he has finally shortlisted a car, and then the deal was almost done. So I asked him whether he has followed the procedure, whether he has taken due care, due diligence has been followed to ensure that he is not being cheated. Now this guy, my friend, he was too eager to buy the car, but I insisted that he takes a mechanic with him to ensure that the vehicle was in a good enough condition, and more importantly that it was not a accident vehicle. So despite his despite his unwillingness to do so, I forced him to take a mechanic. Upon taking the mechanic there, the first thing that the mechanic declared was that this vehicle, the 2017 made Ford EcoSport, was indeed an accident vehicle. So he was in for a root shock, and I was happy for him because I saved a friend from burning his cash basically to buy a unworthy vehicle. So the deal was called off, and I thought that was the end of the story, but it was not. A few days later, he called me saying that he has decided to buy the other car, the 2015 make car, because the mechanic has told that this was not an accident vehicle. But if you ask me, if you are cheated once by a person, you should never believe that person again. I told him the same, but he was not willing to hear me. So he decided on taking the car. He made the initial booking amount, he paid the booking price, then ultimately he decided to buy the vehicle. I once again insisted him, at least get the service history of the vehicle. Since it was a Ford vehicle, it is very easy to get the service history. All you need to do is visit a Ford showroom, request the people there to give you the record history of the service history of the car. He did not do it. The dealer told him that there are multiple customers waiting for the same car, and he fell for the trap. Remember, this is a regular thing that a dealer tells you, that there are other people who are more interested to buy the car than you, and he will insist you to finish the deal, to close the deal at the earliest. So despite my suggestions for him, he went ahead and paid the full amount. He paid around 6 lakhs for the vehicle, which was a 2015 made Ford EcoSport titanium version. So it was almost the top variant, not the titanium plus but the titanium. So on the day of delivery, he called me to go along, so I went with him. The dealer spoke in a very sugar-coated manner. That is again a warning sign for me. But nevertheless, since he did not heed to my advice, there was nothing I could do. He asked me to drive the vehicle. That is when we got to know that the vehicle was not under insurance. But since he had paid the amount, there is nothing we can do. I told him that I will not be driving the vehicle since it is not insured. So he drove it while I did not want it to sit, but since he was a good friend, I had to accompany him to the nearest petrol outlet, from where he got the vehicle full tank, and he went back home. There were other things which was really bugging me. For example, the dealer, there was some outstanding amount to be paid on loan. The dealer told that he would be taking care of it. There was nothing I could do actually, so I just left it there. A couple of days later, I called him and asked him about the current status of the vehicle. He happily informed me that the outstanding loan amount was paid by the dealer and that in a couple of days the vehicle would be registered on his name. I thought, okay, I was really happy because I thought that he was able to avoid getting into some difficult situation because of his negligence. Cut short to a story, a couple of months later I called him just to find out how his car was, and that is when he informed me that he was really in a very bad situation. A few weeks later, after purchasing the car, when he took it out for a drive, the car suddenly stopped in the traffic. With the help of other people and a police personnel, he was able to push it to the side of the road, and then he had to tow it to a Ford showroom. Upon reaching to the Ford showroom, when preliminary examination was done on the car, the Ford dealer told him that this car, the car which he had already purchased, was basically a flood affected car. I hope you know what a flood affected car is. The engine was submerged underwater because of the floods. Now there is nothing more bad that can happen to anybody but purchasing a flooded vehicle. But he was able to somehow sell off the vehicle by to a reputed, remember this is very important, to a reputed second-hand dealer. This is one of the big firms that I'm talking about, and they bought this vehicle from him even though they could have clearly made out that this was a flood affected vehicle. So tomorrow if you are buying it from the top brands, I'm not naming them, but you know whom am I talking about. Even then, what I would advise you is to take a mechanic, get it thoroughly checked. Don't go on the name of the company that is selling it to you. You may be in for a trouble. So ultimately he was somehow able to sell it for exactly the same amount that he has purchased. He bought it for around 6 lakhs and was able to sell it for 6 lakhs. So somehow it was a miracle for him that he survived and he was able to get rid of the vehicle without losing a single penny. But you may not be so successful, you may not be so lucky. And if you are somebody buying it for the car, for your family use, but so please I request you that you get the vehicle thoroughly checked. Do not go for hearsay things. Even if the dealer asks you that, even if the dealer tries to comfort you by saying that he has made the verifications, he had done thorough checking, don't fall for the trap. Look for a mechanic whom you trust. Take it with him, get it thoroughly verified. And if possible, put a condition to the dealer saying that you will take the car to the nearest dealer. If it is a Ford car, take it to a Ford dealer. If it is a Honda car, take it to a Honda dealer. Spend another 5,000 to 10,000 rupees on the regular maintenance, regular checkup. And if the authorized dealer authorizes that the vehicle is in a tip-top condition, only then go for it. There is no need to pay anything for a vehicle which you are not sure of. So this is a humble request from my side. The car behind me, I had purchased it in 2021. It was already a 9-year-old Ertiga, but I made sure that everything was in place. I made sure that the vehicle was well serviced in authorized dealers only, that there was no accident claims on it, and that it was not flooded vehicle, and it was mainly under insurance. Only when all my boxes were ticked, I went ahead, and maybe I must have paid a little bit premium, but then 4 years down the lane, 3 years down the lane, and with almost 30,000 kilometers, there is no complaint on this vehicle. I hope this video, and more importantly my friend's experience, will help you to shortlist a good vehicle as your second-hand vehicle. All the best with it. If you have any queries or if you have any doubts, kindly message in the messaging box. I will definitely try to reply to all your queries and all your doubts. Until the next episode, ciao.